Simon Cowell reportedly about to become a father for the first time, but not everybody is celebrating this news. Not everybody happy for the American Idol judge, who people seem to love to hate. The baby's mother is the wife of his good friend.
Just when it seemed as if Simon Cowell had finally discovered the joys of fatherhood with the birth of his son, his world was rocked by heartbreaking news. Although Simon had famously talked down on family life for years, this incident made him have a rethink. Join us as we uncover the heartbreaking news that made the Cowell family cry. The circumstances surrounding the birth of Simon's first child has been notable for betrayal, but stay tuned to see how Simon reacted to the birth of his son, Eric. Simon welcomes his first child. The coming of Eric Cowell signaled a major shift in Simon Cowell's life, transforming the TV host and music mogul in unexpected ways. Simon had made a name for himself as one of the toughest critics in the entertainment industry, thanks to his sharp humor and strong commitment to his work. Although he had achieved many things, he had never imagined himself becoming a father or wanting to start a family in a long time. Simon had famously claimed on his reality TV show that becoming a parent would interfere with his lifestyle and career goals. The situation drastically changed in 2014 when Simon found out that his friend's wife, Lauren Silverman, was pregnant with his child. Simon and the public were shocked by this surprise revelation, especially since Lauren was still married to Simon's close friend, Andrew Silverman. Andrew's accusation of infidelity sparked a heated debate between the two friends after the pregnancy was announced. Though he was hesitant at first, Simon, who had never considered having a family, slowly accepted the idea of becoming a father. He went on to say that the arrival of Eric was a life-changing moment. Simon rushed across the Atlantic from a Britain's Got Talent audition to be there for Lauren on the day his son arrived. Observing the arrival was a highly emotional experience for Simon, who later described it as deeply meaningful. Meeting Eric for the first time brought back memories of his late father, Eric Philip Cowell, who died of a heart attack in 1999. The presence of his son brought back memories and deepened the love Simon felt for his late father, enhancing the emotional significance of the situation. Eric's birth resulted in more than just emotional or symbolic changes. It led to a significant shift in Simon's priorities and actions. Before Eric came into his life, Simon represented a workaholic who was relentless, showing excessive commitment to his job and a smoking habit. Nevertheless, the arrival of Eric brought about a renewed sense of direction and a strong drive to change his challenging lifestyle. Eric's appearance revealed a softer, more understanding side of Simon's personality that had been kept secret from most people. This change affected not just his career, but also brought about important enhancements in his personal and emotional health. Simon observed that the emotional bond he built with Eric caused him to reevaluate the importance of both health and family. Participating in parenting tasks like reading bedtime stories and engaging in playful interactions became cherished parts of Simon's daily schedule. These happy moments, although it might seem simple to many, but to Simon, it brought him a satisfaction that his professional life had never given him. Therefore, Eric's birth marked not only the beginning of a new phase, but also a crucial moment in Simon's life. The encounter changed a work-oriented unmarried man into a caring and understanding dad, helping Simon to rediscover the values of love and family. This change also offered him assistance while he mourned the passing of his mother. If you've ever wondered why Simon was so disconnected from having a family at first, then keep watching, because this detail about Simon is something you've never heard before. Why Simon never got married at first. Before Eric was born, Simon dealt with a severe mental health crisis, leading to a breaking point that was unimaginable. And to some extent, it really took a toll on his health and happiness. The search for meaning and the struggle with depression are very individual journeys, marked by major obstacles and changes. The arrival of Simon's son Eric during his mother's passing greatly influenced his recovery journey, as Eric's presence brought hope during a difficult time. His mother, Julie Brett, had been the main foundation of his life, taking care of him by herself after his father passed away in 1994, giving him constant emotional support. After she passed away, Simon experienced deep sadness, feeling lost and purposeless. To deal with the deep emptiness caused by her absence, he delved into his work, embracing a work ethic even more rigorous than previously. During the interview, Simon described that time as filled with deep hopelessness, where his job acted as a way to escape and numb his emotional suffering after his mother passed away. He worked tirelessly, often staying up all night and only sleeping in the early morning before waking up in the afternoon. He compared his life to that of a vampire, existing solely to bury his emotions under a heavy burden of responsibilities. Nevertheless, this method of dealing with things only hid the profound sadness he felt. Simon felt isolated and emotionally drained despite the temporary relief his work brought. Even though he had accomplished success and received recognition over time, he struggled with deep unhappiness. Work no longer provided the satisfaction it used to, but instead became a painful reminder of his loneliness. Simon's grieving process saw a major shift when Eric arrived, signifying a crucial moment of change. At first unsure about becoming a parent, Simon discovered that Eric's arrival brought new life to him, giving him a fresh sense of direction and vitality. All of a sudden, he found himself with a strong motivation to get up each morning and face the darkness that had enveloped him. During the interview, Simon credited Eric for his rescue, explaining that everyday parenting tasks like feeding, storytelling, and playing had a profound impact on him. These actions brought an unforeseen but crucial feeling of routine and happiness to his everyday routine. Without the young boy's knowledge, his innocence and joy served as remedies for his father's sorrow. Watching his son develop and interact with the world for the first time made Simon appreciate the beauty and importance of living in the present. Now, let's explore how Simon found more purpose to live after Eric's birth. The effects of Eric's birth on Simon Cowell. Simon found comfort in Eric's daily laughter, which acted as a reminder of life's importance while he slowly healed from his mother's passing. Eric's arrival caused Simon to see things differently, pushing him to take on fatherly duties like diaper changes and bedtime routines, in new ways that he hadn't encountered in a long time. As time passed, Simon started to come out of his depression, motivated by the desire to become the best father he could be. Eric's influence went beyond just providing a break from sorrow. He served as a symbol of optimism and a powerful reflection of the ongoing cycle of life. Even though Eric would always carry the pain of losing his mother, his arrival highlighted the importance of cherishing the relationships that were still intact. Simon found a new reason to re-engage with the world and rekindle the pleasures of life through his son. He learned how to handle the conflicting emotions of grieving for something lost and cherishing the love that Eric brought into his life. In addition, Eric motivated Simon to embrace more positive ways of coping. Before, Simon had buried his feelings under a busy schedule, but he started doing things that took care of his mind and body. He made his health a top priority, not just for himself, but also for Eric. The requirements of being a father, both physically and emotionally, required Simon to be at his peak, leading him to make important changes. He accessed professional assistance, made time for self-pampering, and adopted a more well-rounded way of living. Throughout his travels, Simon discovered that while sorrow is always present, it becomes easier to deal with when combined with love and a sense of direction. Simon and Eric's bond deepened as they participated in common activities together. Simon, who had struggled with feelings of uselessness before, found Eric's unconditional love to be a crucial source of support. The connection between father and son helped Simon heal, not by taking away his sorrow, but by giving him the strength to face it and find happiness again in life. What was once overwhelming became a part of Simon's life narrative, no longer defining him. Instead, it transformed into a section in a larger story filled with love and optimism. Simon's mental well-being was progressing until another disaster occurred, heightening anticipation for the continuation of his story. What do you think this disaster was all about? Do you think it's something that is related to his career? Stay tuned to know if you guessed right. Near-death experience. The event that took place in 2020 was a turning point for Simon Cowell, making him reconsider his priorities and contemplate what is truly important. Simon was well known for his unwavering dedication to his job and strong drive in his career, leading to him being seen as a highly influential figure whose main focus was on his work goals. The traumatic incident that occurred that year changed his outlook, emphasizing the delicate nature of life and the significance of cherishing relationships with family and friends. While riding his electric bike at home, he experienced a near-fatal incident where he suddenly lost control and suffered a severe fall, resulting in a fractured spine. The injury was so severe that it almost caused him to be paralyzed, and the pain that came with it was unbearable. The process of recuperation required a lot of effort and determination, including a significant amount of physical therapy and major changes to one's lifestyle. The event had repercussions not just in Simon's life but also affected his loved ones, including his partner Lauren Silverman and their son, Eric. This event was a strong reminder of how fragile life is, causing Simon and his family to face emotions of fear and uncertainty. During Simon's extensive rehabilitation, Lawrence Silverman, who had consistently been there for him through different difficulties, became his essential source of support. Lauren's importance as his anchor was shown to be crucial. The ordeal not only challenged their bond's strength, but also revealed the real importance of teamwork and dedication. Lauren's consistent commitment to Simon's healing highlighted the strong bond between them, proving that love can endure the toughest challenges. As he tackled the major physical and psychological challenges of his recovery, she continued to provide unwavering support and emotional strength. The incident not only tested Simon's physical abilities, but also sparked deep reflection on his life decisions and habits. Throughout this journey, Lauren's selflessness and devotion inspired Simon to reevaluate his priorities, foster resilience, and rediscover purpose, ultimately strengthening their relationship and transforming their lives forever. Simon had focused on his career for a long time, sometimes neglecting personal relationships due to a strong desire for success. Nevertheless, this event prompted Simon to look inward and reconsider his goals, leading him to strive for a better equilibrium between his career aspirations and personal health. While recovering, Simon Cowell realized that this almost deadly incident was not just a random event. It indicated the need for significant changes in his life. The occurrence made him realize the importance of family and the fleeting nature of time. He understood that no amount of fame or success could take the place of the joy he felt from spending time with his son, Eric, or the significance of nurturing his relationship with Lauren. His fear increased as he realized how close he came to a more tragic outcome, knowing his mobility was at risk. However, amidst all they have been through, the Cowell family was left deeply saddened by a recent heartbreaking message, which added to the emotional burden of losing their mother and surviving a near-fatal accident. The news that made the Cowell family cry. Tragically, in October 2024, a few years following his recovery from a near-fatal accident, Simon Cowell experienced the heartbreaking death of a beloved mentee. Liam Payne, once part of the widely known boy band One Direction, passed away at the age of 31 in a shocking incident that deeply impacted the music and entertainment field. He plunged from a hotel balcony in Buenos Aires, causing fans, friends, and family to deal with the sudden and tragic loss. The untimely passing of Liam Payne had a widespread impact on social media, with fans and fellow artists offering tributes. The expression of sorrow showcased both Liam's great skill and the deep effect he had on people close to him. His contagious enthusiasm, charm, and commitment to his art had established him as a cherished figure in the music industry, and his unexpected death created a void that appeared irreplaceable. This declaration greatly impacted Simon Cowell, who was instrumental in Liam's career as the founder of One Direction and as a guide who played a major part in the band's achievements. Simon had formed a strong and significant connection with every member, including Liam. From the start, he saw Liam's abilities and supported his talents, helping him navigate the ups and downs of being famous. Their bond went beyond work. Simon considered the boys part of his extended family, and Liam was particularly dear to him. After the tragic event, Simon spent time reminiscing about the moments they had experienced together. He remembered the beginnings of One Direction, the thrill of their initial auditions, and the rapid success they achieved. He recalled Liam's resolute attitude, his consistent dedication to work, and how he consistently added happiness and unity to the group. Simon experienced a deep feeling of emptiness, not only for Liam's artistic abilities, but also for the young man he had seen develop into a skilled and caring person. While the music industry grieved, Simon used social media to offer his condolences, sharing fond memories of Liam and highlighting the influence he had on numerous people. He talked about Liam's gentle nature, his skill in engaging with supporters, and his love for music that motivated numerous people. Simon's homage struck a chord with supporters who had been with Liam since the start, acting as a proof of the lasting impact he had. The death of Liam was not just the loss of a talented artist for Simon, but also the absence of someone he deeply cared for both personally and professionally. After hearing the devastating news, Simon expressed his profound grief, saying, "Liam, I am crushed by your passing." This display of sorrow captured the significance of their bond, which had developed into something profoundly meaningful through the years. Simon and Liam's connection began on The X Factor set in 2010, a crucial moment that would forever alter the course of their lives. Liam, along with Harry Styles, Niall Horan, Louis Tomlinson, and Zayn Malik, went through auditions as individuals, demonstrating their distinct skills and dreams. Nevertheless, Simon, with his sharp perception for possibilities, identified something remarkable in the way they all worked together. He thought that by uniting their talents, they would be much more successful together, prompting him to help create One Direction. This crucial choice not only changed the futures of the five boys, but also sparked a worldwide cultural trend. One Direction rapidly rose to fame, winning over millions of fans with their contagious enthusiasm, memorable music, and undeniable charm. From that point on, Simon took on the responsibility of being a mentor and influential figure in their professional journeys, assisting them through the challenges of the music industry. He saw them grow from optimistic teenagers with dreams to famous global sensations, ruling stages and setting records. Yet the announcement of Liam's passing deeply impacted Simon, bringing back painful memories of sorrow and bereavement that he had gone through before. It acted as a clear indication of how delicate life is and the pain that comes with losing a beloved person. Recollections of the times they spent together came rushing back, instances of joy, deep talks at night, and the successes they rejoiced in as a team. Simon pondered the influence Liam had on both the band and his personal life, while experiencing the ups and downs of fame together. After this tragic event, Simon struggled with a feeling of powerlessness and sadness, sensing the heaviness of the loss not only as a mentor but also as a friend. The bond they had created throughout the years was invaluable, and Liam's absence created a noticeable emptiness. While grieving, Simon understood the significance of treasuring the memories they shared and paying tribute to Liam's reputation as both an artist and a cherished companion. One of the most significant elements of this tragedy for Simon was observing the far-reaching consequences it had on Liam's family, friends, and former bandmates. The members of One Direction had cultivated an unbreakable bond, forged through the crucible of fame and the intensity of their shared experiences. Simon recognized that Liam's passing would leave an indelible mark on each of them and the wider One Direction community. The ramifications of this loss transcended the music industry, affecting the millions of fans who had supported Liam's career and wished for his happiness. As Simon mourned, he contemplated Liam's influence during his brief yet extraordinary life. Liam utilized his platform not only to entertain, but also to advocate for significant causes and to forge deeper connections with people. Simon held great admiration for Liam's dedication to his art and his aspiration to effect change through music and philanthropy. The announcement of his death struck Simon as a sudden and irrational conclusion to a journey that still held immense potential. Simon and his peers in the industry expressed their profound grief and recounted cherished memories of Liam. In his public tribute, Simon articulated the significant impact Liam had on his life and the music industry, portraying him not merely as a gifted artist, but as an individual who profoundly influenced those around him, including Simon's own family. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and also click the next video shown on your screen.